For a long time, the motto of the United States was the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, out of many, one, representing the unity of these 50 states into one greater whole. Each of these states is unique with their own people, cultures, and history, and as such, I have taken the task of explaining each and every one of them. Alabama, incest and To Kill a Mockingbird. Alaska, actual frozen hell. They have to pay you to live there. Arizona, a realistic simulation of what it would be like to live on the planet Venus. Arkansas, ladies and gentlemen, the former governor of Arkansas.
It's terrible.
California, it's on fire like half the year. Canada, they may not be a state yet, but just wait, that'll change. Colorado, if I had sex in Denver, would that make me part of the Mile High Club? Connecticut, the rich, uptight, snobby kid from school that thinks they're better than everybody else and you just kind of have to tolerate. Delaware, are we sure this is a real place? No. Georgia, if Satan were American, he'd be Georgian. Hawaii, it's like Florida if it were good. Illinois, this is where Obama's from, so I can't really say anything bad about Illinois. Idaho, so many potatoes, the envy of 1850s Ireland. Indiana, home of the Notre Dame that didn't burn down. Iowa, only becomes relevant every 4 years. Kansas, there was some bleeding there. Kentucky, they have fried chicken and the worst senators. Louisiana, so swampy I think Shrek might live there. Maine, home of the second best Portland. Maryland, it's like if that one-armed drug addict homeless person on the train who asked you for a light was an entire state. Massachusetts, they think clam chowder is appetizing. Michigan, they got lead up in their water. Minnesota, they talk funny up there. Mississippi, when you thought it couldn't get worse than Alabama. Missouri, they wanted to own slaves so badly that they created Maine. Montana, it's just North Dakota, but bigger and emptier. Nebraska, they have the weirdest Capitol building and it's clear they're scheming to take over the world. Wake up, sheeple! Nevada, in the 1950s, this is where the government detonated nuclear bombs in the open near population centers. Explains quite a lot, actually. New Hampshire, where people from Massachusetts go to buy beer. New Jersey, packed tighter than a neutron star. If the entire US had the same population density as New Jersey, the population would be over 4 billion people. New Mexico, Old Mexico is better. New York, everybody there thinks that they're the best state when they're objectively not. North Carolina, the second best Carolina, which isn't saying much. North Dakota, empty and desolate, like the souls of the people who live there. Oklahoma, the land isn't good for growing anything, so of course that's where Andrew Jackson had to force the Native Americans to move to. Ohio, it's basically a decomposing corpse of a state. Oregon, hipsters, homeless people, and weed. Pennsylvania, Philly is a dump and they have the worst football fans. Pittsburgh's nice though. Rhode Island, New England's cool drug dealer friend. South Carolina, they wanted to own slaves so badly they created their own nation and started a civil war. And 155 years later, they still are incapable of accepting its defeat. Yankee gang for life, baby! South Dakota, because one Dakota apparently wasn't enough for these people. Tennessee, I spent 2 days trying to come up with a funny joke to say about Tennessee, but I was simply unable to. Texas, you can't argue with good barbecue. Yeehaw! Utah, polygamy. Vermont, Bernie Sanders and Ben and Jerry's. Need I say more? Virginia. Ha! Virginia. Washington, Oregon's significantly inferior younger sibling. West Virginia, John Denver is the only reason people know this is a real place. Wisconsin, the Green Bay Packers are overrated. Wyoming, underneath that beautiful, idyllic, natural facade is a ticking time bomb waiting to end all humanity.